Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time we're going to do my review of WWE SummerSlam 2020 live from the Thunderdome for the first time from the Thunderdome. This is the pandemic show, of course, so this is from August 2020. So let's get this underway, shall we? First off, we kicked off the night with Bayley versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Great action here, great opener. Bayley was doing the great heel stuff with her and Sasha, and her and Sasha were the double champs. Sasha was the Raw Women's Champion, Bayley was the SmackDown Women's Champion, and they were the Women's Tag Team Champions at this time. So everything was looking good with the Boston Hug connection, if they want to call them that. And Asuka was like the thorn in their side at this time, but it was all. There was a tease of dissensions every now and then because Bayley was keeping Sasha away from the SmackDown Women's title because that's what really Sasha wanted, and you knew the turn was going to come eventually. So, will this happen on this show? The teasers will come. Anyhow, but yeah, Bayley and Asuka had a great match here. It was a fantastic opener. Bayley worked the knee and all that stuff, and then of course at the end, Sasha got on the apron, tried to do the distraction, which Asuka knocked her off the apron. But in knocking her off the apron, and Sasha took a bullet for Bayley, Bayley was able to get the roll-up pin. So yeah, it actually kind of worked on this occasion. We'll see if it works again later in the night with Sasha's title defense against Asuka. But this was really good stuff. Really cool way to keep the plate spinning with the Sasha Bayley eventual turn down the line. So you kind of knew it was coming, and I thought it was pretty cool stuff to open SummerSlam with. So awesome stuff right there with Asuka and Bayley. We'll be seeing Asuka later tonight. Then we had the Street Profits defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Andrade and Angel Garza. This was a fine match. Nothing too good. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to write. Oh my god. Nothing to go out of your way and see. It was a typical, mid-card match. Nothing, basic tag team stuff. The storyline was very weird. I forgot about this. The storyline was built around how Montez Ford got poisoned by Zelina Vega, and Zelina Vega kept denying it. Zelina Vega was the manager of Andrade and Angel Garza at the time. And that's what led to this tag team title match. I'm like, crazy. Kevin Owens was on commentary for this match. Didn't really provide any... He was funny at times, but he didn't really provide any, new information, so to speak. And this was fine, and of course the finish was a little bit of dissension in the Andrade Angel Garza tag team, where Zelina Vega got on the apron and Angel Garza pushed Montez Ford into Zelina Vega, knocking her off the apron, and instead of trying to make the tag to Andrade decided to check on Zelina Vega, which left Angel Garza to a 2-on-1 attack from the Street Profits, which allowed the Street Profits to get the win. So, pretty fun stuff. I like the finish. It seeds of dissension, of course, which seems to be the focal point of the show. You know what I mean? And it was fine. Really good, really fun stuff. Anyway, next match. We had Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville in a no disqualification, loser leaves WWE match. Boy howdy, this was a big time stakes match for a normal normal feud. This was unfortunately, real life situations got in the way with Sonya Deville and the intruder, who broke into a house, a week before SummerSlam. So this was a way to write Sonya Deville off. The match itself was very physical. If you didn't believe that these two were best friends in real life, you would probably think, what the hell, these two really got in for each other, because they were really beating the crap out of each other for parts of the match, and it was pretty fun. It was exactly what the match needed. Very good physicality, and Mandy Rose got the win, so pretty cool stuff right there. Sonya Deville went off and dealt with this court case real life situation. And yeah, it's a shame that it's a shame that the result was kind of obvious, but it was exactly the way it was. And Otis and Mandy Rose celebrated afterwards by doing the worm, the worm, Scotty Tuati's worm, that, pretty cool stuff. It was fine. Then we had the one of my favorite matches of the night, storyline wise. We had Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, of course, was in Dominic's corner, and Murphy was in Seth's corner. This was a street fight. This was pretty fucking good, man. This was a great first opponent for Dominic Mysterio to go up against. Like, him fighting Seth Rollins is a great first opponent for anybody. Like, my hat's off to Seth Rollins. He's been amazing. The Monday Night Messiah gimmick was kind of fucking cool. I like it. It's pretty good. And this match was no exception. I love the storytelling basis of Dominic telling Rey before the match, promise me that you won't get involved in this match. I know. And Dom and Rey was like, I promise. And the emotions of Rey's body language of when he was seeing his son get beat up, it was kind of emotional at times. And then, of course, Murphy got involved, and they tried to do the eye spot in the steel steps where they dig the eye into the steps, which is very painful, I can imagine. Seth plays mind games, but Rey Mysterio has enough, and he tries to help, but then he gets handcuffed. So he gets handcuffed to the rope, so he legit can't help Dom now, even if he wanted to. And then, Dom has a little bit of a theory, and then all of a sudden, Seth gets the win while teasing Rey Mysterio being a dick heel as Seth Rollins is. And it was a perfect heel. It was awesome storytelling. It was really, really cool. Really made me feel emotions, and really made me feel sad for Rey Mysterio that he couldn't do anything while his son was being destroyed. And really good stuff. Really good stuff. Loved it. Then we had the Raw Women's title match, sorry, not the SmackDown Women's title. We had the Raw Women's title match. We had Sasha Banks versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. This was, again, like the opener. Really good stuff. I love the chemistry between these two. Asuka, Bayley, and Sasha really put on some really good matches around this time, carrying the women's division in the pandemic. And it's a shame that after this feud with Bayley and Sasha, Asuka, they didn't really have anything for her because she's really good, and it's just a shame that she didn't get the spotlight after this. This was like the biggest spotlight she got during this time, so it is what it is. The match itself was really good, of course, as I said before, and the finish was kind of similar to the opener, but instead of Bayley taking the bullet for Sasha, Bayley moved out the way, and then got knocked off the apron by Asuka, and then via the distraction, Sasha tried to get the advantage, but Asuka reversed it into the Asuka lock, and there was no Bayley in sight, so Sasha was forced to tap out. I love that finish. Like, I love that finish. It really made sense. Like, because Sasha took a bullet for Bayley to help Bayley to keep her title, but Bayley wasn't willing to do the same for Sasha. Awesome stuff. Really, really helps with the tension between Bayley and Sasha, and awesome stuff. Love this match. Then we had the next match, which was the WWE Championship match. We had Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Another fantastic matchup. I really enjoyed this one. Fantastic first chapter, as I called it, because this was the first of many Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre battles. I think they have 3: SummerSlam, Clash of Champions, and Hell in a Cell. But it's a great first chapter in this story. I love one of the biggest details of this match, which I absolutely loved, was both men attempted to hit their finishers, like the Claymore and the RKO, but none of them hit it. And, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton went for the RKO to finish the match, and Drew McIntyre countered it into a backslide and got the win, which I absolutely loved, because it was like, it was the first encounter. they tried to use their finishes, but they couldn't do it, and eventually, what you knew that when they would hit their finisher, that could result in either a title change or a title retention. So I really enjoyed that, and Drew McIntyre won, so we got to see more battles between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Awesome stuff. Love this match. Great stuff. And then, of course, that led us to the main event of the evening. It looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. It is. The Universal Championship is on the line. We have, in a Falls Count Anywhere match, we have the champion, the monster among men, Braun Strowman, taking on the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Sorry, I was trying to hype up Bray Wyatt, and then I lost me train of thought for a moment. I was like, wait, the Fiend. So yeah, that was funny. Anyway, this match was exactly what it was. It was two big bulls fighting each other. And I liked it. I loved it. My only criticism of this match and of the post match as well, with Roman Reigns returning. My only criticism is the video package of this match, the video package that plays before the match. The entire of the video package was revolved around Alexa Bliss involvement in this feud, and yet when it came to the match, there was no Alexa Bliss involved. So, kind of a shame that I kind of feel like what happens after the match with Roman Reigns returning kind of put a stop to what they were planning with Alexa and Braun and Bray, and we never really did get a payoff with that with Alexa and Bray and Braun, because after the following week's payback pay-per-view, they kind of just go up. They all go their separate ways, and then Alexa ends up with Bray, and Braun just ends up doing nothing really. And of course, Roman wins the title. So, it was nice to see, this was fun for what it was. Braun Strowman and The Fiend, two of my favorite wrestlers, feuding together. Kind of emotional at the same time for me as well, because, as you probably know, Bray Wyatt recently returned to Extreme Rules. So I had a smile on my face watching this, because I was like, I know that he's back now, and they're both back now after being released last year, so I'm happy about that. But the finish of this match, I was a bit emotional anyway, because, these two, I love these two, and I was kind of conflicted, because I was like, oh, please, you two, don't hurt each other too much. I wasn't like that, really. I was enjoying the match. But anyway, yeah. And then after, The Fiend won. It was a really cool match. It looked like he got hurt at one point, which kind of slowed the match down, where Braun chokeslammed him like 5 minutes in onto the announce table, but instead of going through the announce table, he chokeslammed him on the edge of the announce table, which sucked. It looked like it sucked, which slowed the match down a little bit. But apart from that, it was a completely fine match. Awesome stuff. It was everything I expected from The Fiend versus Braun Strowman. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it was. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. So, and at the end of the day, this is my review, not anybody else's. So fuck them, fuck the haters. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's not get into that now, shall we? Anyway, after the match, The Fiend is celebrating, and of course, as I said before, Roman Reigns returned. I got mixed emotion. It was a newsworthy return, and I'm like, oh my god, Roman Reigns is back, cool. And it sets off the tribal chief character, which he is today. Good stuff. My only problem is I feel like it kind of came at the expense of The Fiend and Braun Strowman, and I got invested in this storyline. I got invested in the storyline between The Fiend, Braun Strowman, and Alexa Bliss, and I kind of feel like that got pushed to the side for Roman Reigns' return. So I wasn't a big fan of that, but I can't argue what's happened since then with Roman's success. Like it was what it was. I understand why they did it. It's just me personally. I didn't like the fact that he got pushed aside for something I got invested in. Got pushed aside for Vince's golden boy, so to speak. Nothing against Roman Reigns. It's just at that time, I didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. It is what it is. That's just my opinion anyway. Anyhow, guys, that's going to be it for now, guys. I gave this one a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this event. Really fun stuff. I wish it was, my only wish was that it was in front of a crowd, but that can't be helped. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later, and I'll be out back later.